gotta fall down the well. Bonk. Oh. Wait. Ah! From near and far, young and old, people of every shape, ability, and gender, welcome to IDDQDerp as I struggle through getting this configured. Let's embrace gravity. Downwell. Oh, this is great, because this fits perfectly on the 4x3 screen. Alright. Thank you for, yeah, whoever the hell, the pretty god of muffins and the prettiest furry. So silky. Thank you for subbing. Here is controller. Yeah, down you go, Billy. Can it really be said that you're the prettiest furry? You're up against some pretty stiff competition, I tell you what. Alright. Alright, let's boulder style down here. Because I'm such a fucking peach. I'm gonna move this over so it doesn't distract me. So, let's see if we can, yeah, let's see if we can get a little further today. Oh, chain it! Yes! Yes! Oh! That's only a 6, but I'm getting a little better at this game. Once you start, like, getting into doing combos, this game is pretty intense. Not that it isn't intense to start with. You combo in this game by hitting multiple enemies without touching the ground. And it's sometimes a lot harder than it might look. Oh baby, a triple! I'm figuring out all the little subtleties of... Got there. He was hoping for a third color. Beep boop, I'm a drone. Well, I mean, like... we have other colors. Man, a lot of these are real bad. I actually just like the default. Goddamn turtles. Shop! Sell me. Charge. Oh, also, I guess I should probably explain what's going on for anybody who hasn't seen this game before. You're a young person. Yeah, you're somebody, and you're falling down a well, and the well is full of monsters. But you have these gun boots, you see. And son of a bitch. Every time you touch the ground, it reloads your magazine, and you just go down. And you can Goomba stomp stuff. And there's loot. It's also a roguelike. Holy shit! Fuck a donut. That was... Peace. Roguelike platformer shmup. I mean, Windmill Slam Apple here. That feels kind of cheap ass, but whatever. Bicycle clips, get out. I mean, they could be clipazines. Eee! Goddamn shit! Let's go. You and me, drone, against the world. Okay, that was a 5. Shit! I'm getting sloppy. I should probably focus more on trying to get down and be fancy. It's so fun being fancy. Stow. Sell me this material. I'll take the rice bowl. Fun fact, the little series of columns underneath my health bar that you see filling up, that's overheal. And every time you top that out at 4, your max health goes up by 1 point. So it's actually worth it picking up health even if you don't need it. Puncher. You'd like fuck a donut. I can't claim ownership of that one, though. It's from Day Job Orchestra. God shit. Sensual Muskrat. Yeah, this game's $3, by the way. Shoot a gun module. Maybe we can get a shotgun. Well, we made it to 2-1. Go last. Let's slow down a bit so we don't die. Hello, Heather. Have you come for to say hello? Oh, fuckles.
Graham said that the problem with the commercials can get solved by refreshing the dashboard.
Womp.
So, have fun.
Thank you. Ah! What? Where did you come from? This is what I get for looking at the chat. Spikes. Spike. Alright, I've got Noppy. Taste my Noppy! Shit, did I wall jump there? There is a wall jump in this game and it's very difficult to do. Fucking skeletons. I feel like we should start some sort of like drinking game. Not an actual drinking game, but like a fake drinking game. Hey, Lamau! I guess I can talk a little bit about the mechanics. The weapon I have right now is called Noppy. It's it's a machine gun, but you can like sweep it. Like the first weapon you get is just machine gun, and ow shit. Noppy is the same thing, but you can like aim it left and right. Fuck! Skeletons. Grayscale! You also have, like, every time you go up a bit, you unlock new pellets. That's pretty good. Fun fact, entering these side passages from the top using the time freeze will not interrupt your chain. So you can like fall into one of those in the middle of a combo, grab stuff, and then exit and still continue your chain. 2. Oh, so close. Oh yeah, you want to see the Virtual Boy palette? It's gonna hurt your brain. Oh god! It hurts! It brings pain! It makes my eyes bleed. No, I can't even play like this. This is the worst. I mean, Game Boy's not that much better. Aqua's nice, though. Actually, like, Aqua and Matcha are both really nice. I'll take the Ute. Really? Oh, right. Yeah, I can't read. I'm so used to, like, identifying things by sight using this palette that... Excuse me. Okay, let's actually try to get down. And not be too fancy. What?! That's bullshit! Fuck it. I will scrub runs if I take damage way too early, because it's just like, no, this is not happening for me. Gun pod? Laser! So, gun pods will give you a new weapon. And the amount of shots you get out of it, so like the energy gauge on the right is the same energy no matter what weapon you get, but the amount of it that you have sort of determines like how many shots you get out of it. Like, I don't know how to describe this. Like, let's say we have 8 energy here, and each of these laser shots eats up 4, whereas the machine gun, each shot would eat up 1. So you can pick up upgrades that will increase the amount of energy that's in your gauge, so that every weapon that you pick up, or rather switch to, excuse me, ends up having more shots. Really? Laser being a very powerful single down blast. I'll take Ute. Also, between levels, you get the chance to upgrade based from a few choices. It's usually 3, but I'm playing on a mode where I only have 2 choices. Shit. Oh, that's bad. Hi! The recoil from your gun boots also allows you to sort of adjust and fine-tune your jumping, sort of extend it. So you never quite get a true double jump, but you can sort of simulate it. Shit! Goddamn, fuck. Please help me. Sell me this garbage. This game seems to have a NES aesthetic, so I'm guessing it appeals to people older than me. I mean, I don't necessarily know that that's true. I mean... like, I don't really see what's not to like about a, like, really clean retro style like this. It's just efficient. It's weird to me when people, like, dislike stuff, like, just because it has, like, simplified or, like, pixel graphics. It's like, what? This game looks amazing. It has actually, like, really incredible graphics. Because the animation is, like, out of control. I don't know. I get the impression that some people, like, have to have, like, all the polys and shaders for it to even catch their notice. Good design is good design. This is one of those retro games that takes, like, the good parts of sort of retro kind of, like, NES era games and improves on them, rather than copying, like, the parts that made those games crappy. Because there is some good stuff, there's also some real bad stuff. Graphics, bro. Yeah, this would be such a quarter eater in if it was in the arcade. God damn it! I mean, I guess the problem with games like this is that, like, because it's less work, it's theoretically less work. This probably took a lot of work. People will use it as, like, a fallback. They're like, it's retro, it's actually... Which is actually just code for, like, we're lazy. This game was just like, we're gonna do a retro aesthetic, and we're gonna make it look beautiful. Like, the little bits of incidental animation, like the little puffs of smoke, the little, like, skid marks when he moves around, the incidental animations at the edge of the map, this little, like... every tiny little particle and everything. This is a really well animated game. So But some people are just like, it's retro, which means that we don't have to work as hard. The difference shows, though. How is that thing not dead? Can I talk about how tight the controls are? Fuck. Just... oh, it's so tight! Seriously, I forgot to mention that this game plays like a dream. I don't know how to describe accurately what I mean when I say tight controls. Like, really tight controls. I mean that, like, your jump has a good distance, you have perfect air control, you can, the ability to, like, move yourself midair with your gunshots means that you have, like, a lot of control to go wherever the hell you want. It feels very natural. Like, you never feel like you're fighting with the controls, really. You're just like... yeah, this game's... it handles like butter. Yeah, it doesn't have floaty or sluggish or slow controls. It's just, like, really snappy, really tight. I think I want liftoff. Oh, the gem high? It's when you collect gems, enough of them, it activates a pump that gives you more damage for a short time, and you can keep it going as long as you keep eating gems or collecting gems. So you see, every time I pick one up, it'll reset that counter. So I think my shots are more powerful. I don't know if it does anything else. I think it's just more damage. So you get all sorts of layers of interesting gameplay as you unlock the well, not perks, like options, or whatever the fuck they're called, upgrades between areas. You do not take falling damage. You never take falling damage. You can actually fall through an entire level and not take a hit. It's an achievement for that, actually. God damn, fuck! If you're worried about trying this game out, like, it's $3. Worst case scenario, you're out, like, less than a cup of coffee. I will be right back. I need to grab my coffee that's in the other room, actually. Yeah, like, this game is so cheap that... yeah, it's... did I mention how inexpensive it is? For a lot of value. Like, I'm gonna continue, like, plugging this thing, because I think it's really a big deal. Noppy! It's been a while since I played a game that was just, like, this fun. Like, it's just fun to play. And I think this is the greatest success of a game like this, where it's just, like, the gameplay, the moving around and doing the ordinary shit that you, like, interact with the game doing is really fun! It's like, sometimes you'll play games where it's like, you want to see the next thing or get the next, you know, perk or whatever, but it's like, the gameplay is actually just a fucking chore. It's like, why are you playing this then? Not so with Downwell. Also, is anybody else streaming this game? I'm actually curious. Oh, this is... Okay, this one's really good. This is an excellent long-term investment. Every few bodies you eat, you gain health. Which, as I discovered, when you like overheal, you bank it anyway. So it means that as long as you chain it, you can just keep stacking health. So knife and fork is actually really powerful for long-term plans. So I just like keep eating, and then it goes nom 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 nom. I don't know, it's like 5 or 6. I'm not actually sure how many you need to eat, but it will heal you. And then you bank it in the bar beneath your health. And then once I get 2 more, I will... You mad? I think I want HP and charge. Fuck. What? Huh? Huh? What? Oh shit. That was ham. So we're not gonna bank one this time, but... Nom 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 nom. Holy shit, that was really, really... That was dirty. Dirty and lucky. I do quite enjoy Sans' voice in Undertale. Mainly because it just sounds like... Troll voice. Holy fuck. Ah! Oh shit. No, no, no. Okay, when stuff gets on top of you, that's bad. Ah! No! No, I'm panicking. Fuck! Ugh. Sell me this shame. So the little time stop bubble here is so great because when you re-enter a screen, you can see what the situation is before you, like, charge into it. So we managed to recover from that, but I'm still pretty honked. Okay, sweet. We're back up to full, but... Lovecraftian themes? There's Lovecraft themes in this game? I've only gotten to the 4th world, like, twice. People keep telling me that there's Lovecraft themes in it, but I don't know what they're talking about. Like, there's... fantasy themes. Like, you go into a pit full of skeletons and stuff. Maybe I just don't know enough about Lovecraft to detect those themes. God damn it! Well, at least we get trouble. Later. Apparently the game has one boss fight. I've never gotten to it. I'm gonna take bullet casings. Shit! Fucking skeletons! Oh, that was so bad. I think next chance I get... Ugh! Stop it! I have to eat ghost bodies. The ghosts leave corpses that you can eat. The skulls, not so much. Generally speaking, red in this game indicates something that can hurt you. Usually. There's exceptions, of course, but anything like solid red. So, like, for example, the floating red guy, you can't Goomba Stomp. He'll just hurt you. Perfect. And the ghosts, if you hit them from above, they won't hurt you, but if you hit them from below, they will. Fuck! Fucking skeletons can eat shit. Ah, I keep chaining hits. I'm such a shit. You cannot steal from shops. You can just, like, look at the wares, and it makes the shopkeeper very upset. Really? Really? Oh yeah, sorry, like, when you... Oh, we get handstand style. There's 5... 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, 5 styles you can play. So there's normal. Arm spin style, you only find gun modules, and shops are rare. Start with more health, but less upgrades. Floaty. Which is really good for combos. And then this one. I always play boulder style because I'm a giant fucking peach. I really shit the bed on that one. Feels bad. Problem is that, like, I actually have to concentrate on this game to be good at it. It's sort of like when I was playing Bloodborne on stream and I was like, I can't do this. I'm not this bad at this game, and yet I'm tilting so hard because I'm distracted. Turns out it's a game that actually demands my undivided attention. Excuse me. Like, I'm curious, what are people talking about when they mean Lovecraft? There's no squids. Like, there's some weird creepy stuff, but nothing that really, to me, particularly read as, like, Lovecraftian. Yeah, God damn it, shit! Oh, that's... Wow, why do I look at chat at the worst possible times? Throw your health away. I think there was an article that said that it had Lovecraftian themes, but it's like, I really don't know what you're talking about. There's turtles and jellyfish and weird-looking monsters, but, like, nothing that, to me, really scans as, like, Cthulhu? Maybe it was just a weird choice of words on their art. Like, I'd be perfectly happy to entertain theories about it. So... Interesting thing about gun modules is when you pick them up, they either come in health or charge variants. So, as someone said earlier, it encourages you to change weapons because even if it's not a weapon you want, it will give you more health or more charge. So... Bullshit! Like, Area 4 is in a void, but that could be anything. Sell me all your sushi and all of your batteries. 2 more. Really? Oh my god. Why am I so shitty at this game? Why am I so shitty at all the things I love? The quintessence of my misery in life. It's like things I really, really like, I'm awful at. Machine gun. It's probably because I have concentration made out of crepe paper. Am I shitty at chat? I'm really shitty at chat. I don't want to alarm you, but I'm shitty at almost everything I do. For varying interpretations of what shitty constitutes. This is, of course, like based on my own like standards, which are maybe a little high. I don't think they're high. I think they're just like acceptable. There we go. Don't believe me. You should tune into one of my draw streams and watch me just like get madder and madder and swear louder and louder. Eventually collapse sobbing into my tablet. Lol. Have I played Eldritch? I did. It was all right. Like, I think I got bored of it really quickly. But I generally speaking like it. Yeah, we got the shotgun. Pretty good. Don't fuck this up. I should retitle my stream Swiftly Tilting Illustrator. It's not a, well, it's technically a double barrel, because like on a default charge, you get 2 shots out of it, but I have just barely enough for 3 shots. Oh, I know I suffer from imposter syndrome, but like, I still have pretty strong feelings about where I'm at in terms of quality in a lot of things. But I mean, that's the problem, right? It's just like, who's correct in this situation? It's like, maybe I am not as good as I want to be, and like, if people are just like, no, you're actually really great. It's like, well, I don't agree with you. How much of that is imposter syndrome, and how much of that is actually just standards? I don't know. We'll never know. I'm so happy that we can, like, unbite our tongues about the baby. I'm truthfully kind of amazed that they kept a lid on it for this long. God damn it! Oh. I guess maybe I just don't want to, like, be in a situation where I just say I am good, because it sort of stifles the allowance for growth. It's like, I made it, I'm a good artist now. It's like, no you aren't. It's like, I'm gonna be learning stuff until I'm on my deathbed. Oh my god! I'm getting worse. Come on. I don't think comparing yourself to other people is good either. It's just like, better than this guy is kind of like, that's not super good. I have no problem saying I'm worse than this guy. It's weird because it's like you're often told to not compare yourself to others, but then it's like, well, I mean, you have to establish some sort of baseline to know where you're at. I guess it's just like you should... There's some subtlety to how comparison should go. It's like maybe, like, be cognizant of where you're at, but don't, like, wring your hands over it. I guess it's just like, don't be neurotic about shit. That's bad. Fuck. Shit. I have a lot of weird ideas about quality and skill. So to me, just like saying I'm good at something is incredibly pompous. This is just my opinion. Like, I just think it's really self-important. And there's some things that I think you can't tell yourself that you're good at, or that qualities that you have. Like, anybody who says I'm a nice guy is probably not a nice guy. That is a honor that has to be bestowed upon you by people other than yourself. You know? It's like, I'm a nice guy. Really? Because you're not acting like one. It's like, maybe I'll be the judge of that. It's like, maybe if everybody else says, like, yeah, he's a really nice guy, and he would never cop to that, maybe then you are actually a nice guy. But if you're, like, insisting on having a quality that you maybe want to have, but don't necessarily do have, getting deep into the philosophy here on Underwell. I keep wanting to call it Underwell. Goddamn birds every fucking time! Ah! Die! Yeah, I'm a nice guy, therefore, and everything I do is okay. I mean, the internet nice guy thing is a sort of a trope, because I've seen so much stuff where it's just like, I'm a nice guy, and just the most abhorrent stuff said to people. Like, well, you're actually not a nice guy, not even a little bit. I don't understand what's wrong with you. Actually, I may understand exactly what's wrong with you. Bang. Fuck! Shit! Oh my god! Fuck! Fuck. I just threw away Apple. Because I'm an idiot and I suck. Why are you so bad at everything in life? Yay! We died! I don't know, I guess I just never ever want to be one of those people who talks about how great they are, because those people are so insufferable to me. Oh, 5 and 6 combo. And I mean, they're also really, really full of shit. Or just like obnoxious, excruciatingly arrogant people. Quentin Tarantino is what I'm saying here. The guy made some important movies, but Jesus, he ain't. I also just think that humility will keep you grounded in life. And like fake humility doesn't help either. That's just like thinking you're great without saying it. I don't know, is it screwed up that I think that the key strategy to life is like sustaining an illusion that you're way worse than you actually are, so that you keep trying? I don't know, is there some wisdom to that? A follow's a follow, unless it's a spam bot. Oh, for a second I thought I had the, like, sweet wombo combo of takeoff and landing. Boom. So the upgrade I have right now is whenever I Goomba stomp something, I create a blast. Fuck. Fucking birds! Jesus. God. Oh, I can... The bats or birds or whatever the hell they are like the worst enemy in this game, I swear. They're so hard to deal with. They just like come at you from these weird fuck up angles. Ugh, I hate them. Thanks, Frog. Now we're dead. We're so dead. Shit. Fuck! You really have to think on your feet in this game. I cannot believe how badly I'm doing now. I think my concentration's shot. Yeah, it's fucked. Well, after the break, maybe we'll change to something else. I still haven't finished Undertale. I've actually, truthfully... Oh, we had got the Wombo combo! I truthfully haven't played more of it, because the Okay, here's the problem. Is I'm gonna play it at home. I'm gonna try to beat it at home. I've not had the... not the time, but I've not had the, like, emotional resources to, like, try playing it. Because... I know that game is going to make me really, really upset. And I don't undertake that lightly. I also want to, like, because it's so special, I want to make damn sure that I enjoy it when I play it. Which is difficult because, like, A, I haven't been able to find an opportunity to do that, and people keep asking me when I'm, like, if I've played it, or if I beat them, like, no, not yet. And spoilers are getting harder to avoid. Everything sucks. Everybody knows shit sucks. But hey, no more Harper. mean about birds? Will make me feel determined. I suspect, from what people have sort of implied to me, that Undertale is going to make me feel ugly sobbing. I think it's going to be really delightful and happy, and make me laugh a lot, and then whatever the ending is, and I swear to God, if you spoil it to me, I'll kill you. Whatever happens in the end game is just going to, like, carve my heart out with a spoon. I am going to be going for a true pacifist run. And people have asked me whether I would do a genocide run on stream afterwards. I was like, absolutely not. I have zero interest in doing that. When I played, cannot multitask. When I played Dishonored, I did clean hands pretty much from the start, and I went back to try a mayhem run, and I got, like, I didn't even make it out of Brigmore Prison. I was like, this feels weird and fucked up. Like, I actually felt like I was murdering those people, and it was just like, it wasn't like, you know, a video game where it's just like, oh, there's this bunch of bad guys. After doing it, like, the one way, I was like, this is twisted. Like, these people just have jobs and their life sucks as much as mine. So, I experienced the worst thing an assassin could encounter, which is empathy for my supposed enemies. For fuck's sake. Yeah, so like Undertale won't get played on stream. Probably ever. At least not by me. But I'm sure I'll have a lot to say about it at some point. Does doing no kills in Soma, like, affect the ending? I heard that it doesn't. God damn it. Fuck's sake. Well, I mean, talking about different kinds of runs in Undertale, the thing is, like, it's a RPG that gives you the option to not kill anybody. So, like, obviously there's, like, a don't kill anyone track. It's not a spoiler, really. That's just how video games are. Fuck's sake. Whoops. Wow, I didn't mean to quit it that hard. Yeah, I think my concentration is gone. I'm actually pretty good at this game when I play it by myself. Whee! Apparently the conversation is too interesting, and my concentration is too bad. Be less interesting, chat. Well, so if you haven't played Dishonored, it's really good. You know, I looked at the Serious Sam games, not into it. It looks like... To me, Serious Sam really looked like, Painkiller, only with, like, a kind of aesthetic that I wasn't that into. I get the impression that it's supposed to be more, like, sort of lighthearted, but, like, this sort of, you know, one-liner spitting protagonist was actually not endearing. He was just kind of excruciating. Wham. Like, I really like Painkiller because it's just the running around and shooting. And, like, you can just sort of skip the cutscenes in between. It's like a game like that really needs no story. It needs no story or justification or anything. It's just like, there's dudes, I need to shoot them, I'm in. Don't care why. It's irrelevant, actually. And just the gameplay itself is really, really great. Because you get these, like... And we get a lightning shuriken gun. Short one. I think I played a little bit of 2, and just wasn't into it. But I really like Painkiller. In fact, maybe that's what we should play after this. I could go for some Painkiller. Yeah, Lady Boyle's non-lethal is of questionable ethical integrity. Like, my headcanon for it is that she... Like, that guy ends up being, like, really henpecked, but it's still pretty troublesome. You know, she wakes up and she's like, "Who the fuck are you? I'm going home." Or, like, leaving the country or something. He's all like, "Oh shit, I can't control her." Oh my god. Throwing my health in the toilet here. We can't play the cockroach game because it broke. Like, it literally broke. It doesn't work anymore. What the fuck?! Why are you walking into these enemies? What is wrong with you? You are not this shitty. Yeah, like, the shit's broke. It doesn't work anymore. Yeah, what does the Outsider say about Lady Boyle? Because I was always really curious about that. So I was like, well, I didn't kill you, but... I mean, some of the non-lethal options are actually worse than death. It's like, we'll have your tongue cut out and you'll work in the salt mines until the end of your days. It's like, maybe death would have been kinder, but... Well, letter of the law rather than the spirit. Or like, what's his face? The Grand, Chancellor, whatever the fuck his name is, who, like, ends up, like, a weeper. It's fucked. You just, like, ruin his life and his reputation, and he just, like, dies in misery, poverty, and pain. I don't know, like, Dishonored had okay writing. It had, like, fine writing. That's kind of the... In fact, like, Dishonored is kind of, like, a pretty good indication of, like, what I consider to be, like, baseline storytelling. Like, it's not aggressively shitty, is what I mean. And that's the weird thing, is that, like, stuff like that, people are like, oh, it had such a good story. It's like, well, no, it didn't. It had a fine story. It had a story that worked and wasn't garbage. So if the standards are, like, not terrible is amazing, and, like, shitty is okay, and what the hell? I don't get it. I just think the standards are really, really skewed. Shit, I made it mad. Please, please sell me some sushi. Oh, shit. That's another... Ah, I did it again! Fuck. So the floating skull, if you Goomba stomp them, you just one-shot them. But if you shoot them, they flip aggro, and then you have to shoot them the rest of the way. I mean, if I'm perfectly up and down about video games, I think they need to stop trying to be movies. This is a conversation that happens a lot, is that video games are still using the storytelling and sort of logistics, etc. of the film industry, which, like, as they're figuring themselves out as a medium is fine, but they will only come into their own when they stop trying to be movies and start being video games. The comparison we made was that, like, when films were first being made, it was little more than a camera setup pointed at, like, a stage play. You know, it was just theater, only they were taping it. And it's like, well, that's not really filmmaking. It's really just documentation of theater, and I think video games are in a similar space right now. Where a lot of, you know, supposedly narrative games, it's actually just like, sit through this cutscene, and then maybe, like, push a button. And then, like, sit through this other cutscene, or, like, in-game sequence, which is still a cutscene. With no ability to interact at all. It's kind of like... It's like being placed in a movie where you get to shoot stuff every once in a while. And it sort of works on some level, but... it is aping a lot from just, like, filmmaking, because it is just like a movie that you sort of play. Or like a movie staple to a video game, rather than what a video game could actually be. Yeah. We've not yet had the... Well, we may have had the Citizen Kane of video games. You know, we had this conversation a while ago, and our theory was that the Citizen Kane of video games was Dwarf Fortress. Because the stories and experiences and lore you have in that game is all generated by what the player does. It's more like it simulates, like, an experience in a particular world, and then you, the player, have experiences in that world, and that's your story. The story is you. It's about you. You're not party to like viewing someone else's story and struggles as you are with, like, other, like, traditional narratives. Like, you read a book and it's like, man, that Ishmael had a hard time. A video game gives you the ability where you yourself, the participant, becomes the story. And once video games start to, I think, sort of cop to that, they're really going to come into their own. I wouldn't play Dwarf Fortress. Not on stream. It looks insane. Like, Minecraft is another good example, and maybe more accessible, where it's just like, there's not really, like, a written script or story, but when people talk about, oh man, I was playing Minecraft and, like, this happened, this and that, and that, and that, and that, and that, that's your story. And the tool, like, the sort of environment for it to occur in was what was engineered out of the game. But the experiences that you had are all yours. And they're all spontaneous and all created by your actions. That's why, like, you know, I think games like that with some very careful tech are gonna really change storytelling someday. That's where I think the strength of storytelling in video games is like in you becoming the story. Yeah, we're just talking about the first one. Like, there's been other games like it. Like I said, like, because we were like, oh, maybe it's Minecraft. It's like, no, it's probably Dwarf Fortress, because Dwarf Fortress was basically Minecraft before there was Minecraft. So, like, to get other people caught up on this, the reason Citizen Kane is so hailed as, like, this incredible, like, exquisite film is it was one of the very first to use the medium of filmmaking itself to tell the story. You know, until that point, it was just like, as I said earlier, documenting screenplays or events. Citizen Kane used things like camera movement and composition and editing to tell the story, and that's why that film is so important, is because, like, before that, people hadn't used cuts to, you know, to articulate anything. They hadn't used camera moves to, you know, sort of, like, create tension or to, you know, to do anything, really, other than just, like, document things. And there's an entire language of film that exists. It's very subtle, actually. This is why it's worth taking, like, film studies courses, or just, like, studying movies and listening to people talk about them, is you can find out that it's just, like, the way they're put together, there's an entire communication medium going on that is very, very carefully thought out. No, like, maybe, I'm sure it wasn't the first one to do that, but it was the one that got known for it. Obviously, it wasn't the very first to pioneer any of those, but it was the one that got the reputation for it. No, there you go. Yeah, the first American film to do all of them. Uh-oh, Mars. The medium is the message. It really is. Palette. Oh god, my face. I should take a break, but I'll be right back. Yeah, it was really influential. BRB. Where the fuck? It's an commercial. But in the meantime, this just came out of alpha, or not alpha, just beta. Early access. That's the one I was looking for. Marshmallows? Yeah, there's some marshmallows here. I'm not sure why they're here, but... Seizure time. Oh my god! Jesus fucking Christ. What the hell is wrong with me? Okay. I just wanted something that I didn't have to pay too much attention to. Oh, have you not seen this game?
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Oh, wow. They've changed a lot. Wait, where am I supposed to be going? Oh, just here? not sure where you're directing me. Broforce, please. Broforce. How do I make it go?
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Can I access the level, please? God damn it! It wasn't this hard in the normal version. I would just go to a level. I don't understand why I can't. There's gotta be something I'm fucking up here. Did it go to China? Oh, there we go. Fuck's sake. Such a chungus. Vietnam. Ah! Why are you doing this to me?
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Fucking finally. Yeah, the arrow doesn't point the correct direction.
3, 2, 1, go!
Good thing the rest of the game is actually good. Have Torn Epsilon! Welcome back. So we were talking about video games before I started tilting at Broforce. So yeah, I'm super behind on the conversation, but video games, important, evolving, needing to be taken seriously. God, I read a comment. This was so wonderful. Hang on a second. It's always something. Okay. It was talking about, I think, a new book about, like, video game critics. And the comment was like, you know, this book, aka injecting social justice politics into video games. Video games should be fun, not political. And I was just like, gobsmacked. I was like, oh dear. Apparently the two are mutually exclusive in your tiny, tiny world. God Smasher Bot! Welcome back. It's like there is a lot to unpack with that statement. It's just like, yes, we the people who want video games to stay exactly the same and never change are not the ones politicizing it. For fuck's sake. It's like, how can you be this stupid? Well, I mean, you know what they say, the only thing a fish doesn't know about is water. The thing is that, like, having different people and different ideas and viewpoints and stuff isn't trying to force anything on you. Any more than, like... Well, like, it cuts both ways, right? Like, are other people not being forced into other ideas by having, you know, the same viewpoints and participants represented time and time and time again? Like, that's what this is about. Like, imagine the sensation that you have of just like, oh, I don't want to have to play as this person. People who are not you have that sensation all the time. You know what I mean? Whee! Got there. Mario forced me to hate turtles. Those are the right viewpoints. Yeah, I mean, that's why it's dangerous that, you know, certain people are viewed as like a default, like the correct default, and that any deviation from that is like somehow inherently political. It's like, well, how is it not political just to have the same fucking people all the time? How is that not political? That's a politics. It's like, you know, white is a race, right? Other ethnicities and countries are not just like locations to visit on a tourism catalog. Oh my god, okay, so James Bond has 4 different abilities, and they're all weird, so I don't remember what they all do. Let's just use them up. One's a martini. One's a jetpack. Excuse me. Sorry, that was disgusting. One's a laser watch. And one's a disguise, right. I remember what the disguise does. Hello, fellow terrorists. Oh shit. Oof. Later. You know, it's like there's a cardboard crack strip about that. It's like, you know, like sci-fi, comics, nerd culture. You know, it should be fun, not political. It's like, we want the same thing. I want to have fun without, you know, your politics being stuffed in my face all the time. Oops. I can't believe I keep doing this. Why do I keep pressing the Y button? Why does the Y button take me? It should be the start button. Charging. Acquired. Goodbye. I keep wanting to Goomba stop these guys because I was playing Downwell. Shit. Anyways, it's like video games are for everybody. Like every other medium. And it's just like, it's weird. Because it's like, well, every other medium is subject to, you know, this to criticism and to like growth and expansion and diversity and all this other shit. Why the fuck are video games supposed to be exempt from that? I mean, they're not. They won't be. They're just like another media, another art form. And they're going to have all sorts of interesting new stuff, and some of it you won't like. Some of it you won't agree with, but isn't that a damn shame? Yee! Video games are for dumbs. Absolutely agree. I mean, anime's for dumbs. Okay, this is especially weird that Y takes you back to the menu because Y activates your super button too. Yeah, to take my medium seriously, also don't subject it to any criticism I expect a medium to take seriously. I don't even think people want it to be taken seriously. They just want to have the same fucking games, year in, year out, with slightly polished graphics, and more brown people to shoot. Like, that's obviously, like, ludicrously reductionist, but, you know, the impression I get sometimes of, like, these supposed criticisms is just like, what do you actually want? What is your ideal situation? That, like, video games stay exactly the same? You know, and it's like, you've got a lot of nerve talking about how much you hate, you know, video games catering to, you know, a particular audience. You've been catered to the entire time from the dawn of video games. It's been catering to one demographic, and, like, now that it's sort of coming into its own as a medium, and it's for everybody. you're just acting like a pissed off child that has to share their sandbox. Like that's what we're talking about, is sharing a sandbox. The weird criticism I hear is the sort of like claim of ownership over video games. It's like, oh, you know, like us like straight white dudes, you know, made video games what they are, and like now that's being taken away from us because like everybody else found out about it and now it's gonna be ruined, you know. Nobody respects us anymore. It's like, what are you talking about? First of all, you're assuming that all these other people weren't there from the beginning as well. It's the same as sci-fi. You know, this crap about it's just like, oh, there's all these diverse authors showing up. It's like, no, they were there the whole time. You just noticed them now. You know, there's just this very narrow... Doge, cut, chop. And the other thing is just like these games that people want, they're not going anywhere. People will still make these shitty, samey, like, generic military shooters and, like, games with, you know, giant-chested bimbos, you know, being stuffed in fridges and shit. Just like you like. That will still happen. It's not going away. But there will also be stuff that's maybe not for you. And for other people to enjoy. Ooh, fuck. God damn it. Did I see Felix's tweets about the 15-year-old who made a game is super hyping it? Which game? Oh god, I'm Leon the Professional? What's his ability? Are the snipers? Unacceptable. Everything must be me. It's like, what was it? Bird Right Act. Have you seen the Twitter account for Birds Rights Activist? It's so fucking funny. It's like, I not like when thing not be about me. Like I'm hyperbolizing here. Bimbo stuffed in fridges. It's like I'm combining the sort of like fridge lady. There's not literally a game where you stuff bimbos in fridges, although I hope nobody takes it as impetus to make one. God damn it! I'm uncomfortable when we are not about me. Yeah, pretty much. I agree to help you with this problem if you first promise that it wasn't my fault. It's like, well, maybe your priorities are fucked. Bimbo Fridge 2016, please do not make that game. Come on, Billy Connolly. We've got some shooting to do. God damn it. Ah. Mad salty. Yeah, what I mean is, like, is games where it's just, like, women are commodities or prizes or, kind of rage motivation for the male character. Look up, somebody link the woman in a fridge trope. Because it's really nauseating. Like, oh, I'm so mad at the bad guys because they stuck my girlfriend in a fridge and now I have all the motivation I need to do abhorrent things to them. This is good storytelling. This is good, creative, interesting storytelling. It's like, for fuck's sake. Everything about this is awful. Oh, I got shredded and... Oh, I don't know why I thought I could jump through chopper blades and not get eviscerated. Danny Trejo. Oh. Here, come. You guys, come help me by becoming alive again. Universal Soldier's ability is to... God damn it. Are you implying there's nuance to to life? How dare you? Oh god, can we not talk about Custer's Revenge? That doesn't even apply. That game's just like, what? Brody. Later. Is Adrian? I wish Adrian Brody was in this game. He would be a sweet bro. He just do. Arstotzka? Or almost Arstotzka? My name is Bond. James Bond. Let me just drink this dry martini. Pew! Freedom. Really? I'm the Rocket Man, burning up my way in my face. I'm a Rocket Man, man. Woo! Shit. Rocketeer was a super fun film a long time ago, though. I like this game because it's every bit as like stupid and action-packed as like the movies that it sort of apes on. Whoa, hello. That was weird. I need to get online. Why can't both sides be correct? Well, sometimes it's not sided. That's the problem, and there's many things and many perspectives that are nuanced and can be arrived at from, you know, I guess, to simplify things, 2 points of view. Other times, it's not actually ambiguous at all. Enjoy your bees. You know, like there's certain discussions I don't really want to get into on stream, but it's just like sometimes it's actually just shitty people being shitty and trying to insist that they're not being shitty. Bomb. Yeah, occasionally there is a right answer, but the problem is that, like, even that comes down to, like, people's opinions sometimes. Jetty. Not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of stoked about the new Star Wars movie. So somebody told me that the like boycott Star Wars hashtag was like some sort of troll shit. That's the problem, is like, how can you even tell these days? It's just like, what indication do you have that people are being sincere or not? Apparently none. It's like, lol, I fooled you.
Mission failed. 3, 2, 1, go.
B.A. Baracus is gonna burn you down with his flamethrower. My name is Leon. I am a professional. Bullshit. Rage in the Fence has gotten so far that we can't even make satire. That's not true at all. I mean, it's difficult because, like, what is it, Poe's Law? It's like you can't tell what's sincere. But I mean, like, this thing comes up a lot where people are just like, people are too sensitive now. It's like, by too sensitive, do you mean sensitive at all? Because from my point of view, what I've noticed is that people are like, hey, maybe some of this stuff isn't appropriate. And of course, there will be times when it goes a little nuts, but more often than not, I just see it being like, oh, you're being in any way aware of the consequences of your actions and statements. You're being too sensitive. I should be able to say whatever abhorrent shit I want and not have to face any consequences, which is also insane. Shit. Too many rockets. God damn it! Are you talking about the Boba Fett looking character who's played by a lady, and people are like, oh, it's really hard to tell that she's a girl in that armor. It's like, it's armor. It doesn't have to look feminine. Spoilers! But boobs, where are the boobs? Yeah. Apparently a character doesn't read as female unless you put tits on it. Can't pay attention. It's like, yeah, there's examples of people, you know, being too sensitive and being, you know, taking things to extremes, but a lot of the examples I see of that are, like, just the most hilarious straw man arguments, where it's just like, oh, I found this one post that this one person said that it's ambiguous whether or not they're trolling in the first place, being sensitive about something. This represents the viewpoints of everybody. I mean, it's the same as every other argument on the internet, where it's just like, rather than, you know, people on slightly differing sides of some sort of issue, you know, hashing things out and being like, well, you know, maybe this is going too far, you know, maybe we do need to be aware of, you know, certain things, and maybe just, like, not try to cut ourselves off from other things. But it's actually just, like, the straw men and women from either end of the argument being thrown at one another, and people screaming at the top of their lungs past one another's shoulders, and then it's just like, oh, okay, well, as I often say, it's just extremism is the biggest problem facing everything. It's like, when it gets distilled down to, it's just sort of like hilariously reduced stereotypes, then nothing means anything anymore, and nobody can have a discussion about anything for any kind of relevance. Oh fuck. And that's how James Bond died. Who wore it better, chat? God damn. West Country Bond? God damn it. I mean, the thing with, like, reimaginings of, like, characters with different, you know, genders or ethnicities or whatever, it's like, I don't see what the problem is. Like, it's fiction. Those people were made up. It's like, you can do that sort of experimentation with something, and it's not going to affect the original work at all, so who cares? It's like, we could have, you know, we could have a black James Bond, we could have a robot James Bond. Why does it matter? You know, it's like, I can understand the popular interpretation being, you know, one thing, but it's like, it's not like we couldn't. And also, if we did, you know, the original movies and book aren't going anywhere. Those will still be there. You know? Headcanons are fun. They're fun and interesting, and they, like, sort of present things in weird, unexpected contexts. God damn it. Get new is scary. It's like this bullshit about, you know, it's just like, oh, you know, this sort of casting decision XYZ about, you know, movie, film, game property or whatever ruined it. It's like, no, it didn't. You can go back and play the originals anytime you want. They're still there. The only time I'll actually take issue to that is like when what George Lucas did to the original Star Wars movies, where he tried to bury the the original versions so that you couldn't watch them, and that the remake was the definitive version. That's fucked up and not okay. But like making new interpretations and new like imaginings of stuff, why the fuck not? You know? You don't have to watch it, you don't have to like it. Try this. Please enjoy rocket spam. Oh, did I get killed? We freed the shit out of those places. I don't know, maybe it depends on what people you're talking to about something. It's like if you just wanted to talk to somebody like just about the book, you could probably get that done. Oh, god damn it. This is really sketchy. Oh, turkey bomb. But I mean, like, surely having more stuff to talk about isn't gonna be, like, worse. You can just say, like, oh, I didn't care for the movies. People will be like, yes, I agree. I didn't care for the movies for these reasons. You know, I much prefer the book for these reasons. Let us discuss the book that we like so much. Like, whether it's intended or not, it just still really feels like this rabid insistence on maintaining the status quo no matter what. Just like not... What the fuck? I can deflect bullets with my sword? It's like I don't want anything to be different or to people to do, you know, anything in a different way. I don't know, man. Just fuck. Yeah, I was Jay from Men in Black. So here we are, Braveheart. Or Broheart. God damn it. Wow, this area is fucking hard as shit. I don't know, like, I mean... I fucking hate Prometheus. I hate Prometheus so much. I still love Alien as much as I did when I first watched it. In fact, in some ways, I like it more because it's better than Prometheus. And it's interesting because, like, having Prometheus to talk about, in some ways, adds a sharp contrast that gives me more to discuss why Alien is such a good movie. And, you know, Ridley Scott, I think, is talking about doing sequels that explain the entire Alien canon. I'm just like, ugh. It's like, it's gonna suck, but it's like, who cares? It's not gonna affect the original movies. You know. That's also what headcanon is for. I have no problem with a Black Steve Rogers because he's not real. Yeah, pretty much. It's just like, you know that guy's made up, right? Oh shit, whoops. Like, there would be issue in, like, casting a movie about Barack Obama as a white guy. Or something. If you were doing a historically accurate film. If you were doing, like, a weird, like, alternate dimension kind of reimagining of history, then why the hell not? Why the hell not? Well, this is awkward. We're somehow still alive. I mean, I can agree that, like, if there's no sort of, like, reasoning behind the change, although you do have to listen for it. Like, sometimes I think I've seen situations where people are like, oh, there's no reason for it. It's like, well, there actually was. We talked about it in this interview. You just didn't listen to it. Oh god, a historical film like Stonewall. Whitewashing! I guess it's just like, what are you trying to accomplish by making these changes? God damn it. Yeah, like, I don't think you should put people in movies to be tokenist. I think you should if, like, you're actually interested in what their perspective or, you know, experience is like. Because otherwise you're just, like, making things no better. Oh shit, I can't kill this thing. I just have to sink it. Oh wait. Here we go. Take off. God damn it. I blew up my car. Oh shit. We're fine. Yeah, it's like, that's tricky. And I think that more than anything, you just need to open your ears to the people that, like, are represented here or underrepresented here. Just be like, what do you guys want? I mean, wherever possible, I try to get my information straight from the horse's mouth, because it's like here's a good example. Like at PAX, they started the diversity lounges, which a lot of people are like, oh, this is super great, and a lot of people are like, it's garbage, it sucks, you know, burn PAX to the ground. And I was curious about it, and I was very fortunate because at the convention I met an intersex person, and I was like, what do you think about these things? Like, they're ostensibly made to benefit people like such as yourself. How do you rate the success of these things? And what they told me was that it's like it sort of confirmed something that I'd suspected, which it was like a sort of a clumsy, lurching step in the right direction. It's like, it wasn't perfect. There was improvements that could be made, but it was generally a good idea. You know, just something to continue working on. And I think it's important to ask those questions of the people that they're about, that they affect, you know? Like, don't ever end up, you know, getting stuck in an echo chamber where you're just like, wow, we sure did save the world, let's pat ourselves on the back. It's like, are you sure you're helping? So... I think those lounges have definitely gotten better. I mean, it's also nice with Tifa Robles doing stuff with like Planeswalkers for Diversity, which I think is a great initiative. Because Magic the Gathering is a sweet game, and it should be for everybody. I'm especially stoked that Wizards of the Coast is actually taking that stuff really seriously and actually like putting their money where their mouth is, both in representation of people in their artwork. And also, in... Oh, I just blew up. Also in, what the hell is it called? Sorry, like in like policy enforcement and, you know, stuff like that. I think it's great. And there's some people who are really salty about it, and it's like... Honestly, fuck those guys. It's like, you don't want to share the sandbox. That's what this is about. You know, but the sandbox is very big and growing bigger, and they would like to make it accessible to everyone. God damn it. And I think they're going about a lot of it in very in some ways kind of subtle, like really good ways. You know, it's like Alesha and fucking who's the psychic planeswalker? You know, they didn't, like, they just added these characters, and they were, like, real subtle about it, and it's just like, you know, NBD, this character's trans, and this character's autistic, and they're just, like, regular-ass people in the narrative, you know. Because, and, like, doing it that way, I think, avoids being tokenist. It's not like, hey, look, we put social justice points in the game! They're scoring social justice points. They're just like, okay, let's make a character who's like interesting and different, and like stick them in there. Yeah, Narset. Yeah, there's a Forgotten Realms article, I think, where part of her description, somebody was just like, that really coats her as being on the spectrum. Is that true? And they're just like, yeah, we kind of went for that. I'm like, that's cool. So. And I mean, when it's, you know, I like what they're doing with the game. And it's, like I said, it's very subtle. Like, if you look at the cards coming out of the new expansions, there's almost a 50% split in gender across the cards. And it's no longer the sort of, like, quite as much of the, like, here's the girl characters. It's just like, you know, like, barbarian warrior person, and it's just like, it's a lady with an eye patch and an axe the size of the world. It's like, sweet! Perfect, love it. The other thing is that even if you wanted to be completely cynical about it, it's actually just a sound business move. It's like, guess what? You know, minorities and queer people and women have big wallets too. And, you know, if you maybe represent them in an even-handed and non-like pandery kind of way, they will consume your media and buy your product. You're probably now understanding why I chose this game, is because I knew the conversation was just gonna keep getting interesting. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. Come on, Cherry. You can do it. Hey, look, I'm just playing Downwell. Shit. Buckles. Oh, here we go. God damn it! This level's really fucking hard. I recall really struggling on this level. I just want to, like, clear it. Shit! Fuck, I fucked up. Yeah! God damn it. What am I doing? Oh shit. I'm not sure what his ability does. Oh, he just just get sniped. Okay, Blade, you can do that. Come on, Blade. Blade! Run like you're getting away from tax evasion. Fuck. Nothing is working. There we go. Got it. God damn it. Yeah, just doing it to make money. Argument against diversity is pretty crap. It's like, are you trying to imply that they're not just doing it to make money off of you? Use your head! Do you think companies do stuff because they like you? Yeah, they're definitely not pandering to their, like, default audience. That's the thing, is, like, it's the really insidious part about, like, why this is such a difficult concept to articulate, is that these people do feel like they're the default, that they're, like, the correct, and that everything else is the other different people. That's why it's such a headache trying to explain this stuff, because it's so obvious once you, like, exit Plato's cave. But it's just like, well, what? I'm not one of those, like, different people. they're pandering. It's like, oh, for the love of God. You have been pandered to your entire life, and you don't even know it. God damn it. Oh, God. I can't believe how bad at video games I am. In some ways, like, some of the people who oppose this stuff, I don't even necessarily think that they're malicious in any ways. It's just like their perspective is that warped. Or just like ill-informed, you know? It's just like, oh, you've actually never had to think about this, and now it feels like the shit you want is being taken away from you when it, in reality, isn't.
One more time. Go!
God damn it. Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? This game is so misogynistic. I mean... Oh look, a straw man. There actually are women in this game, but, I mean... Here you are, arguing in bad faith. That's the thing, is like, if we were to actually have a discussion, maybe we would get somewhere, but it's just like... Like, you're lampooning, you know, supposed social justice warriors, and it's actually like, well, I mean, we could have a talk about this, but I seem more interested in just, like, trying to make an ass of everybody. Like, I cannot stand people who argue in bad faith. Does everybody know what I mean when I say arguing in bad faith? If somebody in the chat has, like, a textbook definition of it, that would be really helpful. Oh, look! There's one now! Look, it's, what's her face? I don't actually remember her name from the movie. Gun leg! Look, it's a woman and an amputee. Social justice! I'm getting my diversity all over your game. Here's my diversity rocket. Oh, look, I won. Shit, this is... No, it's perfectly... See, she gets special treatment. I get to beat the level because I was playing as the female amputee. Oh, God. Okay, so I'll agree that, that trigger warning stuff has gotten, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, co-opted by a lot of people in social media, and it sucks because it's like kind of removed all meaning of the statement. Actual trigger warnings are a good idea because it's like, hey, maybe don't set off this person's phobia and allow them to relive a traumatic event in their life, because that's what is actually being talked about when you say that. But there's lots of people who just use it to mean thing I don't like. And that's, yeah, oversaturated. You know, and that is shitty and unhelpful, and please stop doing that. Please, please stop doing that. Oh no, the camouflage fell away. Like, I think that you absolutely should, you know, just like put... Because to me, it's about being tactful. That's a big thing for me, is tact. Oh no, James Bond is so bad for this boss fight. It's just like, hey, maybe just like, it's like any other sort of like warning for content. It's just like a nice thing to do, because it's like, oh, you know, some people might have trouble with this, you know, and then you're just like, you're just being aware of, you know, like people's hang-ups sometimes that are like really a big deal for them. However, if you're just like, you know, demanding people that people put warnings for everything, then it's like, okay, you're not, you know, that's not okay either, right? But of course you get like straw man arguments on like both ends of that spectrum, and that's just like unhelpful. It's just like, all trigger warnings are garbage, or it's like, well, no. Just like, some of them are actually really helpful. Yeah, it's like, I won't warn for epilepsy because I hate social justice. Look at this guy. Jacked F. If everything is warning, then nothing is. It's like, I hate to say it, but it's just like, it is kind of something that happens on Tumblr a lot. I really like Tumblr in general, but there is some pretty stupid culture there. But it's no worse than it is like anywhere else from just like a different perspective. It's like Reddit's a pile of shit in the same way that like Tumblr has its problems. Like anytime you get enough people concentrated in a certain area, they will just start being awful in various different flavors. And never the twain shall meet. Yeah, I've heard that exposure therapy to stuff you find triggering can be helpful to some people, but it's like not, it's not the decision of someone posting content to make that call, to just be like, oh, you should be facing your fears. It's like, how about I decide that? Me, the one with the experience and trauma, will get to choose how I deal with it. I'm Waterkin Uwu. Jesus Christ. Oh god. I just don't feel bun self today. That must piss trans people off so much. Up? There we go. I mean, essentially all these arguments about social justice have, in a lot of spaces, devolved to the point of, like, two people playing tug of war and it going nowhere. You have, like, one side yanking super hard, being like, everything's fine, you're being too sensitive, and the other side being like, no, everything is, like, upsetting and problematic. And they're just hauling ass as hard as they can, and the rope goes nowhere. And nobody learns anything, nothing gets better, and it's just like both sides have as much fuel as they need to ridicule the other, and that sucks. So what I say to everybody is that, like, wherever possible, fight extremism in all its forms and permutations. The truth is not necessarily exactly in the middle, but sometimes a little left of center, or right of center. And just maybe we can make the world a nicer place to live in. Yeah, it's like, you know, like offensive jokes is a thing. It's just like, oh, we're not allowed to make offensive jokes anymore. It's like, well, that's not strictly speaking true. It's because you're using the same tired out, in air quotes, jokes that a lot of time are actually not jokes at all. They're actually just like, they're just being spiteful. You know, it's just like, here's my joke. A woman got hit in the face with a door. Lol, because women are dumb. That's my joke. You're not allowed to criticize it. It's like, well, maybe your joke is just really shitty. Because, like, you can make jokes about any topic. However, certain topics I think are very difficult to joke about in a way that isn't being intentionally shitty. There was a comedian, I really don't remember who it was. I think she was talking about the rape joke and how, like, you can actually, like, use that as material, but it's like, where are you making the joke? Who is the butt of the joke? If the victim's the butt of the joke, maybe it's not that funny. If the perp is the butt of the joke, maybe that is funny. You know? It's one of those things. It's just like who are you actually making fun of? Like, where are you aiming the humor in this situation? The expression, not the, just like in general, that subject matter. Because it's like material about anything really, like hot button or like my words are just coming apart in my mouth. My multitasking is betraying me. I'm now working at 3 decahertz per minute. No. Brain malfunction. I've completely forgotten what I was talking about. Yes, punching upward versus punching downward. There we go. Yeah. Where are you punching? And why are you punching? It's also like the garbage argument where it's just like, oh, well, I'm making fun of everybody, so it's fine. It's like, well, maybe it's actually not fine. It's like, does that suddenly make your, you know, really enormously racist jokes not racist somehow because you also told a joke about crackers? It doesn't really work like that. Oh, goodbye. We're dead. Yeah, that is the problem with South Park. It's like, South Park has done some pretty good jokes over the years, but like, the impression I definitely get about the humor these days is just sort of like, yeah, we make fun of everybody, so it's perfectly fine. It's like, South Park and like Family Guy are like that, because like, I've seen episodes like a little more recently, and I'm just like, this is really fucking mean-spirited. Like, a few of their early season jokes, like, they were actually pretty clever, and there's some classic ones. You know, like, smoke, are you smoking yet? But then, like, a lot of them are just like, hey, we told a racist joke. That's it. It's just racist. Or, you know, just, god damn it. Or just being awful. But that's okay, because we, like, made fun of everyone else. It's like, well, that's not how it works. I'm sure there's a metaphor that I can make here about why it doesn't work like that. On my PC, bro. Oh, come on. Pig! See, that's another, like, kind of bad faith reduction. It's like, are you PC? Well, what does that actually mean? What are you really asking? You know, it's a question in bad faith, because it's like, oh, are you like a limp-wristed kind of touchy-feely, like we were talking about earlier, just like, you know, way too sensitive to everything person. It's like, well, no, I just think maybe we could be less shitty. That's it. And you know, it's like, according to who? It's like, wasn't it Donald Trump that said, like, the problem in this country is political correctness? It's like, really? The problem in this country is political correctness. I mean, it's just like, yeah, the statement is, like, derisive from the start. It's like, you're not actually asking me anything, you're just like... That's why I just, like, won't field bad faith questions. It's like, you're not actually trying to ask me anything. PC party. Sorry, the Progressive Conservative Party. There's some irony there. It was his hair that said it? Oh, you mean the, like, the zombie hair? Like, here's what my politics are. Things becoming more interesting and us being incrementally less shitty to one another. It's really not much more sophisticated than that. You know, it's like life is wretched enough without us actively trying to be extra wretched to one another. Do we have grenades? Oh, we have grenades here. Let's... God damn it. I can't have anything nice. Later. Canada has politics? Yup. I'm getting political. Welcome to, like, every one of my streams sooner or later. Or, like, every time I tune in with Beej. I found a screen cap that was, like, one of the best backhanded compliments I'd ever gotten. It was, I think it was from the Escapist forums. Somebody was like, I don't remember their exact terminology, but they were talking about me being, like, an SJW or something, and they're like, Alex Stacey at least, seems to come from a place of, sincerity, even if it's, like, he's sort of, like, blinded from his own crusade. But I'd take him over Ben Kuchera any day. And it's like, thanks, I think? It's like, I'm not exactly sure what to make of that, but I'll take it, I guess. There's literally no way to instill humor without there being misery towards something. I don't think that's true. I think that, like, some of the best humor comes out of, you know, misfortune. I mean, the theory is, like, misfortune plus time, but a lot of really good jokes don't have any misfortune involved at all from anybody. Like, what comes to mind is, like George Carlin's little simple observations about life, the experiences that we all share. Those can be funny as fuck, and they don't involve misfortune, a lot of them. You know, like, when you're ascending a flight of stairs, and there's one fewer stair than you think there is, and you just go, BOOM! What? The fuck? It's really adorable. And now I have to kill both of them, don't I? Oh no. Maybe there's some other ones. Oh no. That's unfortunate. Sorry. That's maybe a bad example. I don't know. I could have just proven myself wrong. I mean, maybe it's like varying scales of misfortune. It's like teeny little misfortune. No, wait. I know. Okay, here's another example that doesn't involve misfortune at all. Bill Bailey talking about his hobby of when he does the washing up, which is English slang for doing the dishes. He'll take the transparent basin and press it down into the water and observe his dishes from underwater. It's so fucking weird. I think it's funny. I mean, like, yeah, just sometimes little observations about human experience and how bizarre it is enough humor. I won't deny that's like some very good jokes are born out of misfortune, but I wouldn't think for a second that it has to involve misfortune. That's gonna offend someone. I guess there's a difference between going out of your way to make someone unhappy and it just like happening. Ah, son of a bitch. God damn it. Yeah, actually, XKCD is another good example. Goodbye, monitor. What the fuck? Okay, there we go. Oh. So the monitor turned off. Yeah, I mean, it's just like certain jokes in your material. Yeah, some of them are gonna make people unhappy or piss them off. And, like, I guess it's just, like, down to your sort of, your judgment. Because, like, some of them, it's like, you know what? Maybe I don't need to make this joke anymore because it's making a whole lot of people unhappy. And it's like, maybe I could innovate a little bit more and make a joke that was more, that has the same sort of impact, but, like, doesn't necessarily need to shit on somebody to achieve its goal. What the fuck? The Wi-Fi. Who the fuck is that? I get CR666. Look at this fucker. I dieted. Oh, Predator, sweet. I'm gonna spam the fuck out of you. Get fucked. Yeah. Oh, bullshit. Those really don't go very far. Make sure your joke involves huge props. Goodbye, health. I have a barbecue. Oh, let's chain it! Chain it! Chain it! Where'd he go? God damn it! Well, Mad Max is gonna have to take this one home. Fuck me! God! fuck? I don't know who this is. Oh, okay, that'll do. Eat it. Eat it. Yeah, actually, yeah, my wife is a wizard. Really? That's a good one that doesn't involve misfortune. Phew. Oh, these grenades are so bad against this boss. Okay, is that gonna hit him? Got him. Actually, I have to use tactics. I don't have any more. That's too many rockets. Are you gonna stop? Bruh? Dude. Seriously? I don't think he's gonna stop. Shit! I can't jump that far. How many fucking health bars do you have? Oh, right, he actually has unlimited health bars. You just have to push him to the edge of the cliff. Okay, this is my last life. Oh my god! Fucking rocket. Ugh. That's my opinion on modding games. I'm generally in favor of it, depending on what the mod is. Humorous safe surprise. Let me get the rest of my bros out. That was some hot, wet, loose garbage. No, James Bond, you're so terrible at boss battles. I'm sorry. You just are. Yeah, the Rocketeers in this game. Actually, Boondock Saints are probably pretty good in this meta. Because I can just make 3 of them. Yeah, our power as this bro is that there's 3 of us. Although, we can just be Neo. Humor from suffering when your stupid wizard parents force you to make the bed. I've got 3 red pills. Oh man. This is the worst. Just gotta punch him to death. Oh, he seems mad. Come at me, bro. Actually, can I bullet time his rockets back at him? Nope, apparently not. Turkey bomb! Did they add Furiosa? Not yet, I don't think, but I would be surprised if they didn't. Shit! Turkey bomb! Turkey bomb! That did so little damage. Alright, Chuck Norris. Your right-wing Christian values have to bring us home. Where the fuck is he? Oh, there he is. Holy fuck! Chuck Norris OP, please nerf. Eat it. Okay, that's this. Who's Turkey Bomb guy? I think it's, fuck, I don't remember his name. From, like, under... It's not Chuck... No, not Chuck Norris, Oh, I'm just gonna spam until you die. Hello? And this actually seems pretty OP. I'm a grenadier. Shit. Fuck! Oh my god, I respawn as Chuck Norris. As other Chuck Norris. Oh shit! What? Alright. We win! We win with Social Justice Lady again. Oh man. Like, the Chuck Norris jokes are funny for a while. Well, they weren't actually funny for very long, but I'm of the understanding that he's actually, like, not a great person. Social Justice Artillery. Gun leg is the only path. So this is Leon the Professional. Whoops. Wait, what? Oh! Oh, now I get it. Let's go clean. Shit. Fuck. Wow, she just like picks them off. Can we all have a brief... Oh, like, yeah, here's Ellen Ripley. Her pulse gun. God damn it. Vin Diesel chokes. I want you to send everyone. Everyone. Everyone! Your role model for transition? Ellen Ripley? It's pretty real. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty fucking real. I mean, who cares about someone's views as long as they're decent people? On paper, yeah. The problem is that some people's views sort of advise how they behave to people, which is why it's a problem. Yeah, Jean Reno is in Broforce, and here's... Fuck, I can't remember the actor in Time Cop. Grenade! You know, because, I mean, it's like... You know, I'm a decent person. I got no beef with you, but, like, my politics or, you know, religion or opinion or whatever just states very flatly that you people are subhumans. It's like, well, maybe that's not okay. Although, I do agree that actions speak louder than words. If you're, you know, if you keep that shit to yourself, like, actually keep it to yourself. The problem is that, like, it so seldom ends up like that. It's just like, it's like, oh, I'll keep my politics to myself, except for, like, my children I'll pass this prejudice onto. The people I discuss things with. The political decisions I make. The causes I support. You know what I mean? Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah, he should be doing split kicks. The Bride! Did not care for this movie. Part of the reason I didn't enjoy Kill Bill is maybe because I couldn't not visualize Quentin Tarantino furiously masturbating in the editing suite. Ben Carson? The weird thing about Kill Bill's, I ought to have liked it. I just didn't. I was like, I see what you tried to do there. I don't dislike all Quentin Tarantino movies, at least not anymore. Like, I actually kind of enjoyed Inglourious Bastards. And when I finally got around to watching Pulp Fiction, I was like, oh, this movie's alright. It's like, it was interesting to get the context for it. It's one of those movies where it's just like, even if you don't like it, you should probably see it to understand the influence it had on film. Same thing with The Matrix. It's like, say what you want in favor or opposition of that movie, but it affected cinema quite a lot for the next, like, 10 or 15 years. Could you stop throwing grenades at me? Could you get that done? I've not seen Reservoir Dogs, so I have no opinion on it. I need to watch it. I think that's another one that supposedly is very influential. Yeah, I mean, this actually segues sort of neatly into another topic, which is, like, being able to divorce the creator from their work, which is, like, it's something that I really grapple with, because it's like, well, this came up when that movie, I can't remember what it was, the Orson Scott Card movie came up, and it was just like, I think Cam was facing a dilemma. He's like, I kind of want to see this movie, but I don't want Orson Scott Card getting a dime for it. You know, I kind of feel the same way about stuff like Armor Krog, where it's just like Earthworm Jim and stuff like that. Super cool and cute, and I really liked Sock Baby, but Doug TenNapel is a wretched human. Like, he's awful. And it's just like, it's hard to not think about that, and hard to not think about partaking in those works as being a way of, like, benefiting the creator directly. So, it's weird, and it's especially weird with something like, you know, say, like, Earthworm Jim or Armor Krog, where, like, I'm given to understand that, like, his personal politics don't make it into the work. Not like somebody like Dave Sim, where, like, Cerberus later in the run just turned into this, like, misogynistic tirade. To such an extent where now if you want to have an interview with Dave Sim, you need to sign a document saying that, or agreeing that he's not sexist. This could be complete, like, kind of... You can talk to Dave Sim and do a bit on him, but you have to promise that you won't talk about him being incredibly sexist. So, and he was like, what? Later. Then when the person dies, you end up with Lovecraft. Yeah, I mean, although I haven't read Lovecraft, but I am given to understand that there is a little bit of that in the work. So, like, I actually don't have an answer. Like, I'm not sure how I feel. the way I feel is conflicted. You know, it's like, what was it, Dragon Con for a while? Which is like a super amazing, great event. And one of the chief organizers is like, I really want to get this correct, because I would not like to spread misinformation, but didn't he go down on like some sort of like sexual assault charges or something? And like every ticket sold, part of it goes into his pocket. I think they've since purged that guy from the organizing committee, so DragonCon is now like just sweet. But for a while it was just like, I think Scott Kurtz was talking about this. It was just like, you know, this con is cool and there's neat people, but it's just like, this guy's awful. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, please. That's why they aren't DragonCon anymore. Oh, what are they now? DragonCon, it was no longer that guy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, again, you can. Sorry, somebody's bringing up the topic of problematic faves. And I guess, yeah, I think the thing is, like, you can have problematic faves and like enjoy work that has problems, as long as you don't try to act as though it being good is some sort of excuse for it having these problems. Just be like, man, I fucking love this song or this band, but man, their lyrics are fucking racist. Or, you know, I love this movie, but the way it portrays, you know, women is really, really grody. You know. But I think the situation you don't want to be in, where it's just like, man, I love this movie and it's so good, and it's not that sexist, and it's like, it's fine because it's good. It's like, no. Just cop to the problems. You'll feel much better. Or at least be more truthful. Whether you emulate the artist or not. Oh, he was an alleged pedophile. See, that's what I thought, but I wasn't 100% sure, so I wanted to check it out. Yeah, as long as you don't try to explain that shit away. In some ways, it's actually kind of like more interesting that way. It's just like, yeah, you know, I love this book, but like, man, can we talk about the fucked up shit in it that isn't okay? What if people tell you the problems and you don't see them? That's, so that's interesting. And I think that's where I guess that's where the discussion gets a little more ambiguous, because it's like, I feel that this is kind of a problem about this kind of stuff, because oftentimes people don't see the problems, and I guess it's a difference between remaining willfully ignorant about it, or being like, no, please tell me what you think, and we'll actually talk about this and make a case for it. And like, a lot of the time, what I see is people are just like, don't want to hear about it because they like the thing. They like the thing, and they don't want somebody to be like, hey, so this has problems. And be like, no, it's my favorite thing, don't ruin it. It's like, well, oh dear. Yeah, I like Shakespeare. Full of that kind of like awful stuff. Doesn't make it not awful. It's still like, there's still really good plays. Doesn't make parts of them not awful. And that's it. That's all you gotta say, is just like, you know, it's like a house. You know, it's like, I love this house, but you know, the drain does leak a lot. Like a lot. you know, the flip side would just be like, no, drains work perfectly fine, it's great, it's not an issue. It's like, are you perhaps in denial about something? What's wrong with Adam Baldwin? Whoa, what the shit? I have no idea what just happened. Sir Nazareth. I can agree with that if, like, people fixate on one thing, but I mean, in some ways I think that maybe says more about the people making a criticism than anything. It's like, maybe your criticism isn't that valuable. It's like, who gives a shit that, Dr. Manhattan had a giant blue dog? Were people seriously hung up on that movie about that? Did you watch the rest of the movie? I had lots of problems with Watchmen. I generally quite liked it. But man, I had some beefs with that film. Ugh. Horror Red Hook. It's and there's other things. It's like actually Rocky Horror. That's a big one. It's because like there was a post that I read that was really great because there's like people on Tumblr being like, oh, this this movie's trash and it's like really homophobic and like transphobic and it just like is all this other shit. And the post is about like what you're talking about is not including the context of when the movie was made and like the profoundly sort of like different viewpoint that it had, and it's just like, yeah, maybe some of that stuff is weird, but it's just like they did a way better job of explaining it than I'm going to. But it was just kind of like it came out of the 70s as a sort of a response to this kind of like I don't know, it's like it's a movie where like all these people are just no, I'm fucking this description up so badly. I really, really wish I had this article in front of me. The TLDR is that they're like, it's not actually as problematic, or not problematic in the way that you seem to think it is, because of context missing. I really hate it when I have, like, something that I would like to talk about or have strong feelings about, but I'm in the middle of A, playing a video game, B, I don't have the article in front of me to read from. I'm like, no, it's really, you'll just have to take my word for it that it's really interesting and important, and yeah. Oh, Adam Baldwin is the one who coined the... Wait, who coined the phrase trickle-down economics? Men are men and don't cry, really. The ancient Greeks would disagree while in tears. Oh, Reagan. Jesus Christ. God, him late in his term. My favorite anecdote, which is, like, kind of just a hilarious observation, was that at one point, Nancy Reagan was visiting an astrologist, and the sort of joke went that this astrologist was advising Nancy, and Nancy was, like, advising Reagan. So you had an astrologist in charge of the United States. For a while, it's just like, ah! Oh no! I was just like, well, you see, Venus is aligned with Pluto this month. It's like, oh fuck me. You're talking about, like, who we're going to war with. Which brown people we're gonna bomb this week. Fuck.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, hang on. I'm only catching half this conversation. If this person in question, I think it's Roasted Gravy, actually had never heard about all of this stuff, that's fine for them to like not know about it. And it's like, okay, here we get to learn something. But it's like if you I'm not sure if that's what's happening here, but it seems as though people are kind of hassling people for not being aware of certain things. And sometimes it's like, if you've chosen to not learn about stuff, it's like, well, that's one thing. But if it's just like, no, I really didn't know that Reagan was a shitbag, the response is like, well, educate yourself, is actually not helpful. Yeah, like, if they're actually curious, it's like, oh, I didn't know that, could you tell me more about it? You shouldn't, the response should not be this sort of, like, flabbergasted, it's the same as the fucking, like, just fucking Google it response, which really makes my blood boil. Like, you are actually being, this comes up a lot in these sort of issues, where it's just like, of, like, like, somebody is just, like, actually doesn't know about some particular facet of, I'll just, like, shorthand by saying social justice. And they'll be like, I just don't get this. And people will go berserk on them and just be like, it's not my job to educate you. Well, actually, I think it is. Because think about it this way. If you're like, go educate yourself, you ignorant idiot, they'll be like, okay, I will. I will go and find sources of potentially dubious value. Find some straw men that represent your argument and be like, oh, these people are a bunch of assholes. I educated myself and now I know that you're assholes. Or you could be like, I will educate you to the standard and level of knowledge and facts that I think, that I claim is so important, but that I'm apparently unwilling to do the work for. You know what I mean? Like, don't ever tell somebody to fuck off and learn something. That's not helpful at all. You have a golden opportunity when somebody's just like, I don't know this thing, tell me about it. To just be like, I will do that. Now, the caveat, of course, being that, like, a lot of people are exhausted. They're so tired of having to explain these things over and over again. You know, just like explain over and over again, like, why they have a particular identity, why they identify, you know, they think a certain way about something. It's so tiring for them to be fielding the same, like, questions about certain things. And a lot of the questions being in really bad faith. And, you know, at a certain point, I don't think you can, you stop being able to tell the difference. You know, it's just like, do you actually care, or are you just winding me up? I'm so tired of justifying my existence to you. And I can understand that. So I guess it's just sort of a meet halfway kind of thing. What's a Nelson box? I have no idea what a Nelson box is. And here comes social justice gun leg again. Here comes the patriarchy. See how fucking OP this shit is? Oh god. Oh, come on. Easy mode. Special treatment. Oh, fuck. Yeah, the 80s were good years for America, in various interpretations of good years. Yeah, see, so, like, if we actually sit down and talk about it, you know, sometimes it's just like, I really didn't know that. And maybe I'm not an asshole for not knowing it. And maybe, like, it's not useful to snap at people, you know, because it's like, you can get information through to people. I'm not going to say it's always the way, but it's just like, sometimes you do need to, like, you know, meet halfway. Meet people halfway. We don't have much time on this asteroid. Let's try to let's try to have a good time. Oh fuck this level. Ah! Oh no! Feels Batman. See, there we go. Understanding. Understanding happened today. You know? And I think that like that's the successful outcome. That's what I want to see more of. It's just like the people that are screaming at one another, or just like maybe, you know, just like who don't quite have the entire perspective from the other person. You know, take a little bit of a step back. It's like, oh, it's like it's that moment. And sometimes you need to listen for a long time or have a little bit more patience than you feel like you have. But it can be really worth it. So, words to live by. Oh, Jesus.
It's told me the world is gonna
You
roll
can't!
me.
You
Ain't the sharpest tool in the
can't
shed.
smash mouth me like that!
How you doing?
I'm traumatized now. I'm so fucking triggered.
Ooh.
Sorry. We've had a long and very interesting discussion today. I leave the chat in good hands. I hope you enjoy.
Sounds good.
So I guess I should probably get out of here because it's your turn.
Yeah, time for us to get back to Ivalis.
Oh boy, go on back to Ivalis. So, anyway, do as you'd be done by. Enjoy one another's company and never stop learning.
Don't smash mouth your friends.
Additional platitudes and slogans, etc., for as much help as they might offer. John Cena. All right, later.